Hey guys, welcome to another video from Historic Militaria. Today we're going to be looking at a pretty interesting gun. This is a Mauser Broomhandle Red 9. Once again, part of a World War I contract of about 140,000 guns. Mauser was authorized to make up to 150,000, but they didn't complete the contract. And this is one of those guns, and this one tells a pretty interesting story. So the first thing you're going to notice is the barrel is substantially shorter than a regular broom handle. And the reason for that is after World War I, these guns, which had started out as full-size guns with long barrels, were actually cut down to comply with the Treaty of Versailles, which essentially banned long-barreled pistols in 9mm. So these were cut down, and usually they would be stamped with a 1920 on them to show that they were in compliance with the Treaty of Versailles. This one was modified, cut down, but as you can see, it was actually never stamped with a 1920 to show compliance. It just kind of shows that the stamping was a little bit sketchy in Germany. I've actually seen full-size Red 9s marked 1920, so somebody didn't even cut them down. They didn't even get put into compliance. They were just cut down, or not cut down and stamped with the 1920. So, you know, it kind of depended who was doing the work. The one thing I will say with all these cut down Red 9s is the work is extremely good. As you can see, the front sight has been regrafted onto the barrel, and that is arsenal type work. Most of these were in fact done by military arsenals. I believe Simpson did a few. I've heard Spandau might have done some. Really not sure exactly who did them all, but they're always really well done. This gun, as you can see, has seen some use. It's a nice looking gun. A lot of these are also going to have police markings on them. A lot of times they're actually mistaken for military unit marks, and they are not military unit marks. They are police markings. And usually you'd find them here, or maybe here on the back strap or something. This one actually does not have any, so that tells me that it never saw specific police service. This may have seen some degree of police service, but it wasn't specifically issued to the Schutzpolizei from a certain district or anything like that. At any rate, the other thing to notice about these Red 9s, and this kind of goes for the whole batch of them, is the thin bluing and the amount of machine marks that you're going to see on these. And this is typical of a World War I gun that was made during the exigencies of World War I, about 1916, 1917. Just a lot different finish than you would see on a typical broom handle. You can see the milling and machining marks there. The grips are fairly rough wood. They're not nearly as well finished as you would notice on a regular commercial broom handle. You know, obviously it's still a very functional gun, high quality gun, but just not as pretty as the earlier commercials are going to be, and as nice as the post-war commercials are going to be. The other thing that was done with these is the rear sight was milled off. So this one just has this little notch rear sight that's been affixed. The tangent sight is gone. Everything else has been left the same. It's got your short extractor, bolt left in the white. All this was already there. And your markings are going to be the same. You've got your Waffenfabrik Mauser. A lot of times you'll see an Imperial acceptance mark right there. This one does not have that. And then flip it over. You're going to have your Crown U as always on these. And this one's got something a little bit interesting that you don't see actually really ever, is right there. That is actually a Norwegian lion holding the axe, which is an official Norwegian symbol. So at some point, this gun actually went to Norway and was used there. Now, as I understand it, a lot of these actually went to Norway in World War II with German soldiers. and there's a good chance that it was used and carried there. And obviously, when Germany surrendered in Norway, that equipment was taken over by the Norwegian government. And it's probable that this was a German gun that then was cut down in the Weimar era Republic and then was used perhaps in a paramilitary capacity, and then during the Nazi period, during World War II, went to Norway with a German soldier and was left there after the war. That's probably what happened to it. So it's just kind of an interesting and long journey of a broom handle. And also showing you that not all cut down Red Nines will have the 1920 stamps on them or police marks or anything like that. Sometimes you'll just find them like this, and they've been professionally cut down by a German arsenal at the time of use. This certainly was not done by somebody in their basement. So if you come across a gun like that, it's not always going to have a 1920 on it, not always going to have police markings. Sometimes it's just going to be a cut down Red 9. So thanks for watching. If you've got one of these, certainly if you've got one that went to Norway, I'd love to know more about it, where you got it, what history you have on it. And like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and we'll be bringing you more videos. Thanks for watching.